Live deep in the heart of West Texas is the James Hendricks Show. Today, this episode is called Democrats Fighting for the Soul. Now let me ask you something. Have any of you watched Newsmax? Last night, I woke up from a deep nap because I had pulled some muscle in my back, and I watched, and Dick Morris, he was an advisor to Clinton during the 96 campaign, and he was also an advisor to Trump. And he said that Hillary was trying to tell Democrats, look, compared to Biden and Kamala Harris, I'm the moderate here. I'm the moderate here? Hillary Clinton, the moderate. Can hardly think so. Can hardly think so at all. Doesn't fit well with the conservative progressive. Now, I know there are some commentators who say that the Democratic Party has had nothing but bad history. And that may be true with slavery and Jim Crow and abortion. But I want you to think of two presidents that have made some legislation that changed the face of America. John F. Kennedy. See, through Lyndon Johnson brought forth the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The genius behind that one, John F. Kennedy. Okay? So I don't think all Democrats are bad. I just think this modern ultra-left progressive is wrong. This modern ultra-left progressive is wrong, and so it's a big problem. Oh, and something else. Are you guys ready? Plain truth. Dr. Anthony Fauci. I'm almost tempted to call... I'm going to go ahead and give him the nickname. Dr. Anthony Fauci. He lied. He went and admitted to some people, I think it might have been in a press conference, that he lied about some of the implications of COVID. Now, isn't that enough for you guys to just say, okay, time to shut her down? Yeah, it is the time to shut her down. The Democratic Party, according to Dick Morris, is fighting for their soul. Well, if they want to fight for their soul, how about this? How about they overhaul the whole entire dang party and go back to a centrist, conservative, federalist side, okay? And you think, Jimmy, when were they ever conservative? When were they ever conservative? Okay, how about Harry Truman? How about John F. Kennedy? You're like, John F. Kennedy, he was the one for mass transit. He was the one for, he was the one that was talking to actresses about the UFO. He smoked weed, yeah, but he was a conservative. He cut taxes and stuff. I think where he was not a conservative was his comments after the Supreme Court made its 1962 ruling on Ingalls versus Vitale. And to be honest with you, he was wrong for saying what he said. And I think that's why God removed his hand of protection over President Kennedy. Ronald Reagan, when he was governor of California, he was a Democrat. Guess what? He was a conservative. You have your Reagan Democrats. Guess what? When I was a child, I followed Reagan. And then I erroneously believed that my family fell in line with the Democratic Party because they were for, quote-unquote, the little people. And little did I know that is what the mainstream media wanted people to believe. mean, what idiocy. What serious idiocy is involved here. Every president since John F. Kennedy on the Democratic side, okay? LBJ, okay. Yes, he had some liberal deals. I believe he escalated the Vietnam War, but I'm not going to take a side on the Vietnam War because, quite frankly, for parts of it, I was not even around. I wasn't born until 1970. And that was the last 5 years of a war that I believe started internationally. 12 years before I was born. And the U.S. got fully involved in it in 6 years before I was born. Or 5.5. So let's be real. You had Lyndon Johnson, who had his problems. Okay? Then you had Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter tried to present himself as nice and sweet because people were fed up with Nixon Ford. Problem was, his Secret Service staff and some of the members of the press had a hard time getting along with him. And he, like Biden, he was a bumbling idiot. Only served one term. Reagan came back as a Republican. I think Reagan was the first great president since John F. Kennedy. And then there was George H.W. Bush, which, at first I think he did some things that were admirable. But I think his moderate style is what cost him the election. And then you had Bill Clinton. Well, I'm a new Democrat. I swear I'm a new Democrat. Yeah, but what did he do? What did he do? There was some early controversies about one of his appointments. Zoe Baird, remember? Those of you who were around that time? Gays in the military. Yeah, I know. Oh, I just made some people mad out there. Oh, I'm sorry. Jimmy, Mr. Sensitivity, huh? Well, I'll go ahead and shut down the reactivity. Hope you enjoyed listening to the James Hendricks Show. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of receiving most daily updates. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time. Remember, the only limitations that are set are the ones that you impose. And until next time, take care. God bless you.